Hello everybody and welcome back to the Blockers Bonus Stage channel. Today we'll be taking on Weevil Underwood and in more Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum. But we're starting off with shopping.
You're off to a great start.
Yes, I won a few battles and accumulated monster points.
True, I've gathered a bunch of new monsters for you. Before I forget, I have to tell you that the monsters you can get from me won't always be the same. I recommend examining the monsters closely.
Okay, so which monsters should I get?
What's the fun in telling you everything? Check them out for yourself. Oh, one more thing. If you have monsters you no longer need, you can exchange them for monster points. Select Sell from the menu, and select the monsters you no longer need.
Ah, I see.
What would you like to do?
So when it comes to shopping, the store gets filled up in batches. Every time you beat an area, more monsters are added to the store for you to be able to buy. Now, one other fact about shopping is that whatever type you pick for your symbol, you'll get monsters for that type an area earlier than normal. Like I have wood, so all the area 3 wood monsters are going to be available now that I've started area 2. But if I picked another symbol, these monsters that I'm picking now would only be available in area 3. And now let's get started with Weevil Underwood. But yeah, buy whatever you can, and you don't really have to worry about selling, because, I mean, in all honesty, you'll have enough to buy whatever you need. And don't sell all your weaker monsters just to buy more powerful ones. That is a mistake, and I definitely made that mistake my first few times playing this game.
Long time no see! Yugi! If you want to get your grubby little hands on the tournament title, you'll have to go through me!
Then that's what I'll do, Weevil. I'll take you on any time, any place.
How about right now, right here?
That's fine with me. It's time to duel!
I love the dialogue before this stage. It really is just like the show, because, I mean, that is written just like something Weevil and Yugi would say. And I'm going to confess something. I might have done something really stupid. You see, when I bought those monsters in the store just now, I forgot to add them to my deck. Yes. Remember that. You have to manually add the monsters you buy in the store to your deck. So, I kind of handicapped myself for the next couple stages, unfortunately. And also, moving forward, besides the final area, you can duel all 5 opponents in any order you please. Now, I'm going to be doing the order the game suggests for 3 reasons. 1, it's easier to follow as a linear guide. 2, to show people the correct intended order the game wanted you to follow. And I'll prove that shortly. And 3, Weevil has a monster I want to grab and level up soon. So I'm going to show you evolution in a few stages as well. So for strategy in this stage, pick fire to take out his wood monsters. Weevil plays 3 wood, 1 water, and 1 thunder. Don't worry about the thunder, as it's Shovel Crusher, and Shovel Crusher is actually kind of weak. You can beat him with anything. And this is a wood and water heavy stage, so once again, the stage overwhelmingly favors the opponent. But that's fine because I'm playing wood and water myself, so I'm going to bring out my own wood and water monsters. I'm going to bring out Needleworm and 2 Root Waters. Now in the last part, I mentioned effect strength, but I didn't have time to go into it. when you level up your symbol, you have 3 choices. Symbol health, effect strength, and base action points. The first thing you need to do is put all your points into effect strength. What this does is boosts monsters that have the same symbol, that have the same attribute as your symbol. And it gives them a huge boost in attack. Like really, if you get a monster to level 9 and you have that effect strength maxed out and it's the same symbol, that monster will genuinely become like a big brick wall tank and unstoppable. And also,
Here I come, Yugi.
Needleworm, I leveled him up to level 3, and now I can use his special ability. He has the special ability of Wood's Protection, where if you attack him for 1 turn, well, it lasts until he gets attacked. That attack will do 0 damage.
Here I go.
So the next time he's attacked, it'll do 0 damage, and you can use that twice in a duel. Now, Weevil can be a challenge because the environment overwhelmingly favors him, and others before him put them in other duelists, the environment put them in a disadvantage.
I'll tear you down like termites would a log cabin.
You know, like Joey in his stage, he played all fire in a water-heavy stage. And I like the stage a lot, actually. The music, it's kind of fantasy, whimsical, and it's a giant forest, so... But yeah, he has a big forest, and that boosts all the insect monsters. And then the river boosts the water monster he plays. So I recommend bringing wood and water for this duel because the environment is so favorable. In fact, the environment is so favorable that this is a good stage to level up your water monsters and evolve them, because there is a huge boost in attack here that you won't get till later in the game. Yeah. A water level this high is not available till a lot later in the game. And Weevil is actually a personal favorite character of mine. You know, ever since I played Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, I've always been impartial to insect monsters. And yeah, I just like bugs. I guess I'm weird. But hey, a lot of people dislike Weevil's character because he's a big, massive cheater. And that's true, but it adds a lot of personality to him. Because he's so smarmy and annoying that you can't help but like him. I do, at least. One of the main reasons I actually like him is because he wears glasses. And every other glasses character is Steve Urkel, weird, awkward nerd. And as a kid who grew up wearing glasses, it was a nice representation to have someone more underhanded and sneaky wear what I have to wear. So, now, Weevil's Larva Moth, one of the monsters he plays is called Larva Moth. It is unique as it's the only evolved form you can get from a duel, as he's a petite moth leveled up. However, getting him here is the quickest way to get him, as you need a space with a decent wood attribute rating, and Weevil's early enough to get it here. But the actual wood... Okay. So what this does here is the moon's gonna come out, and then all the fireflies are gonna come out, which is gonna grow the plants. But yeah, Larva Moth is the only evolved form you can get from a duel. And I'm going to be using that Larva Moth because he's a very important part to my strategy. Yeah, like I said, bring fire to beat the wood, but also bring wood and water to get a boost from the stage. That's probably the best strategy for this stage. Yeah. This is also sort of the introduction to weather changing. the weather changing the area.
A critical hit! How annoying!
And that makes duels a little too predictable because the weather never actually is dynamic. If a change happens on a stage, it'll always happen on that stage, no matter how often you play it. There's no variety to it. And also, if you couldn't tell, the theme of this area is the rivals who aren't necessarily villains.
Not going to help you.
Who aren't necessarily villains. But yeah, Weevil is also going to be the last duelist to use the wood symbol, as Tristan was the first, and he'll be the last one. So there's only 2.
This is not going according to plan.
Yeah, another reason why I love this game is it has all the original 4Kids dub, the 4Kids actors. No sound-alikes, and no replacements. So it has the original My Valentine, and it has the original Weevil as Jimmy Zoppy.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
I love Weevil's face there. His reaction to his monsters getting destroyed. That's hilarious. But yeah, anyway, it has Maddie Blaustein in it, who's unfortunately passed away. Jimmy Zoppy, who also unfortunately passed away a couple years back.
If
And
that's
that-
all the damage you can deal, then my monster will not fall.
And that was sad. And it has the original My Valentine, Megan Hollingshead. So, God rest both their souls, Madeline Blaustein and Jimmy Zoppy.
If that's all the damage you can deal, then my monster will not fall.
But yeah, growing up, one of my decks I tried to build was Insect Queen, all 'cause of Weevil, and Doom Dozer because Kid Me thought it was a really powerful card. It's not good. Also, one fun fact you'll notice is that all the characters are in their Battle City costumes, but the monsters represent the earlier Duelist Kingdom era. So that's a little fun bit of trivia, I guess.
I'm ahead. I'll finish this duel quickly.
Yeah, that's a fun bit of trivia, I guess. I think it's actually the first appearance of the characters in those costumes, too. But, there's not really any Battle City monsters.
Leave my critters alone!
Like, there's no Egyptian gods or anything like that in this game. So yeah, I'm getting close to beating Weevil here. I don't know why he plays Shovel Crusher. Like, that's really weird. Like, it's not an insect, and there's a lot of insects in this game. The wood type is pretty much all for insects. See that? Yeah, I've activated Needleworm's special ability. The next time he gets hit, it'll be 0 damage. And you can use that ability twice. But yeah, Weevil is definitely a favorite character of mine. One of my earliest memories of watching the show is I do remember getting up at like 6 a.m.
This is not going according to plan.
Like super early to watch his duel with Joey. And it had Insect Queen. And that episode was actually on one of the first DVDs of the show I got, too. I guess personal memories,
You're starting to bug me.
Also, Jimmy Zoppy does a great job as Weevil. But yeah, what I remember most was getting up really early to watch that duel. And then, nobody in my house was up. I think it was still even dark outside. Or like daylight, dawn, twilight. Ooh, level up Fire Reaper. It was like Twilight era, not the movies.
All right, it's time to get serious.
It was like Twilight, not those vampire movies like The Sun. And I remember I had a family member come over and bring me a Lunchable right after. Yeah, it's the little things you remember. So, it was a deep dish pizza one. And yes, I'm sharing this story because I kind of ran out of things to talk about, and I guess that's pretty obvious. You know, the one thing I liked about Weevil was his shoes. Not just his glasses, but... Yeah, I'm getting my butt kicked here, but that's okay. I'm going to finish this duel soon anyway. It was his shoes I always liked most.
I know losing your army isn't part of your strategy.
Never change, Weevil. Never change. I guess I won't get to show it, but it actually starts raining, which is what causes the water monsters to get such a big boost. Because I might be able to finish in this next turn here. Yeah, I always liked Weevil's shoes. They had like, it was like insect wing shoes. I don't know, it's just the weird things you notice when you watch a show. And that is it. Weevil is done. We have defeated Weevil Underwood.
This will finish you.
This is a nightmare.
Take that, Weevil. You know, I actually wanted Weevil to win that duel against Joey. I didn't really understand the stakes. I thought it was just a duel.
No! How could I lose?
Ha! A duel is never over until the very end.
So for Weevil, I recommend taking the Shovel Crusher and Larva Moth if you haven't gotten Larva Moth yet. Or if you're intending to level up Larva Moth, I recommend taking it. If you're not using wood, don't worry about it. But also take the Shovel Crusher. So thank you for tuning in. This has been the Blockinator. Tune in next time when we take on Mecha Tsunami. See you there, folks. Have a good one.